Pax8 Beyond 2025. What an event. Third year they've had it. I've had the great pleasure of being there for all three. This one was the biggest. It was over 3,400 total attendees, 2,400 partner registrations, like over 40 breakouts and over 40 education sessions. It was, the entertainment was fantastic. Snoop Dogg came out and performed. It was a really, really great event. Podcast was there, of course. We had a whole podcasters row. I think there was 10 of us. It was fantastic. It was done very, very well. I was able to, me and my team, we conducted 24 interviews, had 24 great conversations there in Denver. Kathleen Lord, Lessons from the Saddle, Grit, Growth, and Tech Insight. Great conversation with Kathleen. Aaron Pederick, yes, coaching cybersecurity and real-life comebacks. Fascinating story Aaron has. Shlomi, of course, I've known Shlomi Jan for a little while now. Really insightful. Really like talking to Shlomi. Kim Simmons, my goodness, what such energy, such life. I hope to be working more with her and her team. They were gracious enough to invite me to a dinner. It was they've got a great product, smarter. The name of the episode is Creativity Meets Contracts. Colin Britton, of course, Formula One to Intune. Great partner there. Colin, great conversation with Intune with his great platform. Marco LaVecchia, data, purpose, and the MSP playbook. Great conversation with Marco. Rex Frank, my old friend. I've known Rex for, 15, 20 years. He's there at Pax8. Really knowledgeable. Learned some things about him I didn't know during our conversation. Oh my goodness, Lorna Burman. What a delight. What an absolute delight to talk to Lorna and her team riding Malibu and running MSP ops. She's got a horse named Malibu, but great insight, great platform they had there too. Tom Harshbarger. My goodness, I've known Tom since he was at Microsoft about 20 years. Now he's with this great firm, Metallica, misconfigs and mindset. We talk a lot about that. Great conversation with Tom. Lewis, of course, McDonis from Uvilla. Great conversation. I start off with cooking. I like to cook, and he does too. Meatball Mindset and MSP projects. Darren Swan. Great conversation with Darren. I've known Darren for a little while now. Enjoyed talking to him. Opened the conversation with Vinyl, Espresso, and Cyber Trust. Pinar, yes, I love speaking with Pinar. Pickleball, Possums and Proactive Security. Great conversation with Pinar, CEO of that great firm. Tanya, of course, got to know Tanya. We had a great conversation on the phone before we met there and had the conversation in Denver. Tanya Alfonso from Kitchen to Cybersecurity. Damo, I love talking to Damo, of course, from Super Ops. Barbells and AI for MSPs. Great conversation with Demo. Charlie Tomio. I've known Charlie for 15, 20 years now. Great talking. We talk about, phishing and MSP automation, the great Roost platform. Ryan Etteridge, Black Belts and CyberCert. Great conversation with Ryan. Fascinating insight. The martial arts plays on people's lives. Joe Saunders, cigars, securities, and self-reflection. Great conversation with Joe. Rob Ray, been in the community for, I've known him since he was even before Dado, fellow Connecticut resident. Great talking to Rob. He's doing great things there as vice president there at Pax8. Drew Schlessel, of course, great talking about their Wasabi platform. We actually became a partner as well. The platform is so good. Chance Weaver, AI adoption. He's there at Pax8 talking about his great story and how he got there, but he's working on AI adoption at Pax8. Christopher Marquez. I've had the good pleasure of knowing Christopher for a little while now. We talk about Chile, coaching and cyber threats. Really great insight from Christopher. Chris Day, been in the, my goodness, I've known him since, from IT Glue all the way where he is now at ScalePad, been in the system for a long, been in the channel, the community for a long time. Gene Kim, surfboard, security, and staying operational. Enjoyed talking to Gene. I had the chance to meet him at Secure, ConnectWise Secure. And lastly, Ken Tripp, Microsoft Copilot and Compliance. Great conversations there at Pax8 Beyond 2025. Incredible event. Can't wait to see what they come up with next. Hi, I'm Joey Pinz, and here's my 45-second introduction. After starting my business in the 90s, I started developing poor habits of eating in my diet because of working way too much. Before you know it, I found myself 340 pounds. The doctor told me if I don't lose the weight, I'm not going to see my daughter graduate. Took the next 7 months, lost 130 pounds. People think there's some secret. Ask me, how'd you lose that weight? Like there's some secret. There is no secret. How'd I lose the weight? Just one word: discipline. I've had other successes in life, and I attribute them all to discipline. Now, I'm not the king of discipline, but I believe that it can help all of us. Friends, colleagues convinced me to start a podcast. The podcast mission: how do we better ourselves and society? I talk to interesting people in health, fitness, sport, wellness, business, technology, science, art, and culture. And I eventually ask them how discipline plays a role in their life. Podcast vision: growth through learning from others. That's my only instruction. Why do you like horse riding?
Oh, it's just the most amazing feeling when
Is it really?
Oh, God, yeah. My horse is, she's brilliant. But when you're just riding through a forest and there's no one else around and you've got deer walking past because you're on another animal.
Right.
It's the best mental health solution you can get. And she just brings me in a peace. And then you get the adrenaline when they do something daft and take off like a rocket for no apparent reason.
How long have you been horseback riding?
I actually learned to ride when I was 42.
Wow.
So I'd never been on a horse, but I've had a fascination for them. So I just thought, you know what, life's too short, let's get on, because most people learn to ride when they're toddlers.
Sure.
But yeah, so I've been riding
just for like a year or so.
Oh, bless you. 11 years now.
Wow.
So yeah, it's just my thing. Anything to do with animals makes me happy.
And I didn't even think about in the woods. I was just thinking about in a fenced area, but in the woods, that must be something.
Yeah, I live in a very rural area, so we just ride down the lanes, and then we've got a huge forest locally.
Wow.
And it's just really beautiful.
In this fast-paced MSP landscape, how do you stay ahead? Introducing MSPinfluencer.com, your ultimate hub for MSP news, insights, and community connection, powered by Forza Dash. More than 75,000 MSPs subscribe to our MSP Influencer Pulse weekly newsletter, staying informed and ahead of industry trends. Tune in to emerging podcasts from Joey Pinz and leading MSP voices, offering essential tips, powerful insights, and success stories. Explore our multi-authored blogs, crafted specifically for MSP leaders, delivering fresh perspectives and actionable strategies. Celebrate excellence with the industry-leading Forza Dash MSP Influencer Awards, recognizing innovation, leadership, and impact in the MSP community. Join thousands of MSP professionals who trust MSPinfluencer.com to grow their business and expand their networks. MSPinfluencer.com, where today's MSP leaders connect, collaborate, and conquer, all powered by the Forza Dash platform, helping MSP vendors work effectively with MSPs and helping MSPs grow.
So
it's expensive to have a horse.
It's very, very, very expensive. Buying them is quite cheap, but a set of shoes will cost about £100.
And that's monthly?
Every 6 weeks.
Wow.
So, yeah, and then you've got feed, stabling. So it's about £500 a month.
Wow. It's a car payment.
Yeah. Yeah, literally. I pay more for my horse than I do for my car. And I have to have a big one because I need to fit all the hay and bedding in and everything.
I see.
So it's a big commitment. And she'll probably live till she's like 35.
That's a good point. How long do horses live? I never even thought of that. At 35.
It depends what breed they are.
I see.
So the smaller Shetlands tend to live quite a long time. The sort of thoroughbreds don't tend to live quite as long.
Why is that?
Well, they tend to be ridden, like jumped, show jumping. Obviously horse racing, so they get more injuries, they get more fragile. But if you're what we class as a happy hacker, and you just go out and do it for a bit of pleasure, then they can live till like over 30.
And they only eat hay?
No, they eat hard feed as well.
Vegetables?
Mine likes bananas. Yeah, carrots sometimes gives them hives, so you can't just naturally assume a horse likes carrot.
Interesting.
Because it can react, a bit like us.
Right. You never know what they may be allergic to.
But in the winter, they get more feed because there is not so much grass. And then in the summer, you pull back the hard feed, and they live quite happily on the grass and the hay. But yeah, every beast is different.
Right.
So yeah, they're very much like us. They can have very fussy diets. So.
But you never want to stand behind them.
Never stand behind a horse, no. Actually, don't stand in front of one either.
Really?
Yeah, because they can strike out.
I didn't know that.
That really hurts.
And the reason that's how they get attacked by predators.
Yeah, they're very much flight animals. So they will, if they're not sure about anything.
They strike and go.
Yeah. And their acceleration is incredible.
It's incredible.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hope you
come off a few times.
I was going to say, have you had accidents?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. A&E,
Really?
Yeah, full body scans just to check that I haven't broken my neck or got a bleed on the brain was the last one.
Oh.
So, yeah, they can do some serious damage.
Because you're high up.
Yeah, and I'm only little. So, yeah, my horse is really quite big for me.
Wow.
But I like big horses.
So, Lorna, we're here at Pax8 Beyond 25, Denver, Colorado. Big event. What are some of your goals here this week?
Do you know what? We came last year and it was eye-opening. The buzz, the excitement, the engagement, both vendor to vendor, vendor to MSP. It's a great community event. And I think it's this year's been even better. It's the one place where you get to meet your partners, talk about any issues. We've been really privileged because the partners that have been to see us have been really complimentary and, they love us. So I think FaceTime is really important and making that time out for the MSPs because they're the ones that are basically supporting your business. And without them, we wouldn't exist, effectively. But it's such a great event. And it's good to see what's going on in the IT world as well. So I've been in this game for like 25 years.
Oh, wow.
And technology is always changing. And I love the fact that, you're constantly learning about new technologies and new developments and new ways of doing business. I like to think that's what keeps me kind of young, really. But, yeah, I think it's a great event. It's definitely the cornerstone of the year's events for us. So,
why do you like working with MSPs?
Because they're kind of normal. So I had my own IT business when...
You did?
Yeah, years ago. So they're really honest and they have real world problems. They're not these big corporate giants that have 2,000 staff and they've got a department for this and a department for that.
Right.
Quite often MSPs are wearing loads of hats all at the same time. So for us to be able to support them and help them on their journey with their clients and make their life easier is kind of a nice job to have. And we have a great relationship with our MSPs. So, yeah, it's really cool.
So you had an IT company, but you weren't an MSP?
It was years ago. Well, it was when MSPs weren't really a thing.
I see.
So we were a reseller doing traditional annual billing.
VAR.
Yeah, sort of enterprise clients.
I see.
So the challenges are a lot different. So procurement was a lot harder back then because you have to go through so many loops.
Sure.
So yeah, MSP dynamic billing is just so useful.
Mm.
People want to know what they're spending every month. They don't want to be paying for a user account that they might not have for one reason or another, and then they're out of pocket. And yeah, so monthly billing is key, and automation. So our platform's completely automated. So
are many of your MSPs here in the States?
We've got a really good scattering. So we've got lots in the US, lots in the UK, lots in Australia, and then we cover the rest of EMEA as well. So we are global, but Pax8 have been really on board with us and supported us, and we've got some really good clients on board now. So it's been really successful for us.
So how does USecure help MSPs?
So we make their lives easy because MSPs can't be master of all things. So with all of the compliance challenges nowadays that their clients have to deal with and try and navigate, our platform delivers automation and helps with the compliancy journey, because our courses cover compliancy requirements. We've got document management tool that helps with auditing. So we've got a one platform that does all this, dark web monitoring, and we're at a cost-effective price point, which obviously helps. And we also support them by doing demonstrations for them, so they don't have to get caught up in training and certifications and licensing. How does that work? Ours is really simple. It's just one price for the platform.
Oh, wow.
And that's it. So, we don't have complex pricing tiers. We don't have a fixed term, so they can use us for a couple of months and then drop off again and then come back in again if they want. Most of them stay dedicated monthly. But yeah, we just try and make their life as easy as possible.
Yeah, sounds
so
it.
There's no daily admin. We can have them configured and deployed within 15 minutes, half an hour. And because of the automation, they don't have to touch it again.
Wow.
So, and they can white label it as well.
What does your ideal MSP look like?
They're all very, very different.
Yeah.
So, I can't really say we have an ideal MSP because they're all brilliant in their own way. But, some target healthcare, some target finance, some target legal, some just do a bit of everything. So, we just treat everyone the same.
Is there an MSP you won't work with? Type.
We haven't come across one yet.
Hey, Joey Pinz here. Want to take your podcast experience to the next level? I'm excited to invite you to become a YouTube member. It's the absolute best way to support the channel and enhance your connection. Join our amazing community and unlock the incredible perks, custom loyalty badges, exclusive emojis, and priority comment replies. Your voice will always stand out. Be the first to watch new videos with early access, receive special membership shoutouts, and get exclusive behind-the-scenes photos and updates. Dive into content available only to our members, special videos, deep dives, and insider perspectives. Engage directly with me. Suggest podcast topics you want to hear, and even get personalized video shoutouts. Hit the join button right now and become part of something special. Let's build this amazing community together. I can't wait to welcome you as a new member. Join the Joey Pinz family today. It's real. What's your biggest surprise coming here? Are there any about MSP, about Pax8?
I think really it's the difference in the sizes of the MSPs.
Yeah.
So there's a really big mix. So you've got those, as we heard earlier, $1 billion turnover MSPs. And then you've got, the one-man band who equally needs help. So I like the fact that, it's just not one target market. One size doesn't fit all.
Right.
So it's quite nice being able to diversify in that way. And we're pretty flexible on that one.
Yeah, you guys were really busy last night. I mean, the show's been good for you.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, literally, after last year, we
You're
basically
in.
committed to sign up this
Yeah.
year, and we were like, we are going to do it this year because it was just so good, and the buzz is just brilliant.
Lorna, has there been anything in the last month or so you changed your mind on?
No, I wouldn't say. I do a lot of travelling, so no, I wouldn't think so. No.
Do you seldom change your mind on things?
Do I what? Sorry.
Seldom change your mind on things.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is
Yeah.
that?
I'm stubborn. I'm a woman. Stubborn woman. But no, I think, if you make a decision, it's got to be considered.
Yes.
And you have to look at all the angles. And I think if you make a decision and commit to that decision, it's got to be because you believe in it. And we've got a really good team internally, so, we quite often communicate between all of us. And that's one great thing about USecure is the communication is really fluid. And I think that's critical in any business. You've got to be able to just, throw an idea out there and see how it works. And be prepared if it doesn't work. You go, oh, okay, that didn't work.
So you change your mind on it?
So, yeah, well, just sort of, maybe.
Pivot
Slightly, and take a different approach. But yeah, we tend to know what works now and what's popular and what gets results. So, and we do a lot of surveys effectively with our MSPs.
Good.
So we've got a focus group, and we will be in touch with them regularly, and we'll throw ideas at them and get feedback. And if they think it's rubbish, then we won't do it.
Right.
But if it's something that everybody's asking for, we'll go, oh, okay, then we'll look at putting that into the product or enhancing something. It could be anything from content to how the platform works. But we are really open to people giving us that feedback and working with us.
So, Lorna, I started my MSP back in the 90s. I was working way too hard, 14-hour days, putting my health in the back seat. I'm at the doctor's office. She tells me I'm at 340 pounds. And if I don't lose this weight, I'm not going to see my daughter graduate. Scared the life out of me. Spent the next 6-7 months, lost about 120 pounds,
Wow.
kept it off. Yeah. And when I tell people this, they say, what's your secret? What you do? And I say, there's no secret. Discipline. That's how I love it. So just focus, willpower. How does discipline play a role in your life?
I'm probably more disciplined with my work ethic than I am with my eating ethic. Hence, I look like this.
You look great. You look tremendous.
Yeah, it is all about discipline. I cover EMEA and APAC, so some days I have very long days, but you have to be available. And if people see that commitment, I think that then builds that trust. So relationships are really, really important to me. They're really important to the company. We like to play nicely, but yeah, I'm quite driven with my work. It's very important to me. So yeah, I'm just slightly loony when it comes to what we do. But
Is there an extra challenge or an extra something you have to do when working with MSPs in the States?
no, not really. We've got a great guy that works. He's based in the US.
I see.
So it's really good to have somebody in territory. We are global, so we do have to be aware of the different standards and compliance frameworks, which we do. So, there's probably a slightly different approach, but it's effectively the same.
Right.
It's all about getting that relationship and that their trust in your product can deliver what they need and making their life easy.
What motivates you, Lorna?
I love my job.
Yeah, do you really?
I
Good for you.
absolutely love my job. the company's really young and dynamic, and we have really good relationships throughout every department, that interconnecting. We all work remotely, so there's not that pressure that got to go into the office on Tuesday. And yeah, I pinch myself weekly because I'm so lucky to have the job that I've got. Because I get to travel to places like this and see you guys and
Denver,
meet the MSP, and I love it.
So given that motivation, how do you measure success?
If I'm happy and I want to go to work every day, that's a success. I've had some jobs in the past where I've been miserable.
Really?
And you just keep on going because you need to pay the mortgage. But yeah, I was a totally different person to what I am now.
Really?
2 years ago, I would have never stood on stage and presented, but I travel around the world now and do it to our clients. So I'm incredibly privileged, but it's actually made me a stronger person and given me more confidence. And that's reflected in, after you do an event, people come talk to you and they're complimentary, and then the licensing goes up because they like you, and it is all about the numbers. But yeah, I'm very, very lucky.
I never asked you what your horse's name was.
Malibu.
Want to show your love for discipline, inspiration, and the Joey Pinz podcast? Now's your chance. Introducing the brand new Joey Pinz merch store, where style meets discipline. Choose from premium apparel, cozy hoodies, stylish hats, durable bags, and your new favorite coffee mug, all featuring the iconic Joey Pinz logo. Perfect for podcast fans, discipline enthusiasts, or as unique gifts for friends and family. Every purchase supports the Joey Pinz Discipline Conversations podcast, helping us continue to inspire greatness and promote positive change. Visit joeypinz.com/store today and wear your discipline proudly. Joey Pinz merch. Wear it, share it, and live it. Did you name her him?
No, she was already named. She's a Dutch Frisian.
I don't know what that means.
We've got, in the UK, we've got a bank called Lloyd's Bank, and it's a black horse, and she is the black horse.
I see.
So she's very graceful but big.
So I would think part of your success is being able to ride Malibu.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I was quite proud of myself at 42 to get on the back of a horse and decide to horse ride.
Yeah.
So it was a challenge, but yeah, that's one of my successes, I suppose. But yeah.
Lorna, I thank you so much for your time. Anybody watching, listening, how can they get in touch with you?
They can email me, Lorna@USecure.io. They can go on our website and get in touch with us that way. We've got a lovely little live chat button. People can just come in, and that comes to everybody within the company, and they can reach out through there, and we will respond in about 5 minutes.
And it's USecure, the letter U, secure.io.
Yeah.
Lorna, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It's
You
been
be
great
well.
speaking to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening and or viewing Joey Pinz Discipline Conversations. Please share this episode with one or two of your friends who you think may benefit from the episode. Our website, www.joeypinz.com. There you'll find lots of resources, and you could join our mailing list. Please follow us on all our social media, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Podcast information, the video version of our podcast is on YouTube. Please subscribe. Audio is on all major podcasting platforms. Please follow them. And if you like it, please consider giving 5-star rating. Would really appreciate that. Thank you again for listening or watching Joey Pinz Discipline Conversations.